If ever there was a book based on Gandhi's famous quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world," this is it. One of my patron saints in business was Abraham Maslow, the humanist psychologist, who created the iconic hierarchy of needs pyramid. Later in his life, when he was studying the effect of positive psychology in companies, he coined the phrase psychohygiene to describe the intangible nature of what a healthy corporate culture provides its people. This is an audiobook that will maximize the psychological health and hygiene of your organization and increase the probability of your peak performance. I hope you enjoy this audiobook as much as I did. Chip Conley, founder of Joie de Vivre Hotels and author of Peak. Introduction. Being inspired to lead. Being is one, the wise say it in many ways. Rig Veda. This is a business, not personal. How many of us have heard this at work? It is as if we are expected to set aside our real being and put on our business persona when we enter through the corporate door. For that matter, how many of us ever talk of being in the workplace? Instead, almost all models of business leadership are typically about doing and having, that is, what should business leaders do in terms of actions, and have in terms of capabilities to succeed. Yet these conventional models of leadership are failing us now as we careen from one global crisis to another. This audiobook is filled with more than 40 stories meant to inspire business leaders to reimagine their role as human beings, rather than human doings or havings, in solving the global crises that business helped create. It includes stories from the wisdom of ancient India, personal experiences, and more than a score of examples of transformative business leaders. These timeless ideas are brought together through an overarching allegory of two birds in a tree that first appeared more than 3,000 years ago in one of the world's oldest sacred texts. A new narrative. To be honest, this is not the kind of audiobook that I thought I would write. While this audiobook is descriptive and personal, my professional career has been largely prescriptive and impersonal. You see, I've spent the last 30 years immersed in business data and analysis, first as a student completing long years of doctoral studies in business, then as an assistant professor of business in research universities, next as an entrepreneur implementing business solutions based on customer and product data, and finally, as a sustainability consultant and researcher, helping senior business executives of Fortune 500 firms. I'm an analyst through and through, you might say. But this is not an audiobook for analysts. This is also not an audiobook of business practices for solving the world's problems. The solutions are not so neat, simple, and universal that they can be listed as practices. Instead, this is an audiobook that tries to inspire a new kind of leadership. I chose this approach for a simple reason. We are storytelling and story-seeking creatures who are moved by descriptions, not prescriptions, about the kind of person we want to be. This audiobook aims to explore through inspiration rather than prescribe, through practices. We are at a turning point in our history. As our science and instincts tell us, what we do in the next 20 years in business will determine our future way of life, our children's heritage, and the fate of many species on Earth. It is hard to imagine that for our entire history until the 1800s, a person could expect to live for less than 30 years on average, while now that number is 70. Indeed, for much of human history, our lives were poor.